Hello everyone, and Trisha, it's me Jenny, and it's time for another not naked video response to Trisha Hirschberg's series The Naked Truth, where we talk as candidly and as truthfully as possible about a subject of her choosing. Straight out the shower, literally absolutely dripping wet. Wet hair, no makeup, no jewellery for once. Took my earrings out yesterday, forgot to put them back in. And yeah, first take, one take, and it's... Most people choose to do naked, I choose not to. But either way, it's not a sexual thing, it's a self-expression thing, so that we can challenge ourselves to be more self-expressive and truthful. And we talk about a subject of her choosing, Trisha Hirschberg's choosing, as candidly and as truthfully as possible. And today's subject is going to be very ironic for me to talk about, as one of the members of the Naked Army who chooses to do their videos dressed. And the reason why it's going to be ironic is because, I've said it before, I have no problem with bodies. I think bodies aren't really, you know, sexual objects. I have the perspective that, you know, a body is a body and put a bow on it and that's titillation. I think my lens is kind of fogged up because there is so much hot moisture coming off my hair right now. I'm sorry if it's a bit blurry. And yeah, I have the view that bodies are over-sexualised in society in general, and I have no problem being naked, whether it's, you know, in the privacy of my back garden for sunbathing, or, you know, getting out of the shower and chilling out and, you know, relaxing while you know, my body dries or whatever. You know, no problem with that. And when it comes to naturism, I have been to my fair share of naturist beaches and naturist campsites over the course of my life, and I've experienced the culture thereof. And I have no problem with nudity at all. I think that bodies are beautiful, but in the end they're, you know, not necessarily sexual things. And it's a really bizarre thing for me, because naturism, as I've experienced it, it's not a commune with nature thing, it's not a necessarily vegan, that sort of thing. It's just a, you know, it's really hard to explain the mentality that I've experienced while being around naturists, in that it's just a kind of really bog standard thing. It's we go to a beach and instead of wearing a swimsuit you just don't. And kind of your classic naturist, in my experience, is a middle-aged people who, you know, the classic attire for a naturist is, you know, sandals or boots and socks and a sun hat. And it's just, it's such a weirdly even playing field. Like Trisha said, it's, you know, everyone's born with a body, so everyone's bodies are kind of respected equally. You know, when everyone's jiggly bits are out on display, everyone's jiggly bits are out on display. And it's a really difficult thing to discuss, because it's just such a bizarre experience, but something that I've experienced so many times, it's just become a kind of standard for life thing. And yeah, it's just like, usually when I get to, like, my experience in, like, for example, naturist beaches is I get there fully clothed, and, you know, it takes me a little while to get my confidence up, and then you go for it, one step at a time, as it were. And, you know, usually I'll just read my book, or, you know, do what you normally do in a swimming costume, except you're just not in a swimming costume. And, you know, it's just not a sexual thing. And as I said, it's ironic that I'm talking about it in this way, in such a candid way, because I choose to do the Naked Truths dressed. And the reason for that is, I've talked about it a couple videos before, but society in general, as it is right now, bodies are viewed as a sexual thing. It's not, you know, if I were to actually post myself, even if nothing was showing, in the position that I'm in life, outside of, you know, people who know me very well, it would be a very odd thing for them to see and know about. It probably wouldn't be good for my career, even if, like, again, nothing's showing, it's just societal things in general. It's, you know, they're doing that for attention, or they're doing that for the wrong reasons. And to be honest, I don't want or need that association. Followed by something that my sister kind of expressed, which she put it in more crude terms, but to be honest, it's an uneven playing field. When it's you on a beach and everyone else is in the same position, and, you know, everyone can see everything, there's no need, like, there's no uneven playing field. But if I was naked on this side of the camera, I don't know what you guys' reactions are. I don't feel like it's a straightforward thing. Her way of putting it was that people were thinking about me naked in a sexual way, and that made me feel uncomfortable. But it's one of those things, it's very difficult to express, but it feels like a very uneven playing field, while, you know, being naked in the privacy of my own home, or naked in an environment where everyone else is, in a non-sexual way, and everyone's in the same mindset of it being a non-sexual way. It's a much more even playing field, and you can hold people equally accountable. If someone's checking you out in an inappropriate way, then it's an even playing field. Not that mostly on Nature or Speeches that you want to check people out, or it's done. It's not done, because everyone knows what everyone is. You don't look at people like that because nobody's there to look at people like that. That's not the point. So yeah, it's very difficult to express, and that's part of the reason why I don't do these naked. Yeah, it's a very, very complicated issue. I tend to wear clothes that I wouldn't wear outside, for the most part, when I do these vlogs, because, you know, that works for me, and it forces me to be slightly uncomfortable on camera. But I don't feel like in the position I'm in right now I can do the full thing. And the other thing that I've been thinking about a lot recently, that I've been trying to express maybe in a question for Trisha, but I haven't been able to express it in this, kind of brought it up, is right now, in terms of my physical body, I've come to the conclusion that right now I'm probably, like, the most proud and confident in my body that I could possibly be. And probably ever will be in my life. I'm old enough that I look distinctly adult, and I'm young enough that I don't have to worry about eating certain things or doing exercise or anything, and, you know, I'm pretty proud of the genetics that I have. But when it comes to societal pressures, how do I express that? How do I express that pride in my body without doing, you know, things that I would then maybe later come to regret? Like, you know, I could post sexy videos to Instagram or whatever, or, like, you know, art shots or whatever, you know, in sexy underwear or swimsuits or cute dresses or whatever, doing, you know, poses and that sort of thing. But in the end, for me, I'm proud of my body for me. And, you know, if and when I decide to get into a committed relationship with someone else, then it's for us, and I will be proud of their body, and hopefully they'll be proud of mine. But again, it's the uneven playing field of it. If I were to post sexy pictures, I would probably get a reasonable amount of attention just on principle, because that's what sexy pictures get. But at the same time, like, would it be attention that I would want? It wouldn't be even attention. It wouldn't be me having a conversation with someone else about their humanness, or their sexiness. It would just be their viewing of me, which is weird. And it's a shame because, as I said, I'm the proudest I probably ever will be of what I look like right now, which is, you know, no makeup, blah 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 blah. But at the same time, I don't feel comfortable expressing that in a way that is normally, like, a lot of people do express themselves like that. So I don't know. It's just something that was brought up in this whole conversation. In the end, it's very hard to explain kind of the mentality of naturism as I have experienced it. And for me, it's just kind of, it's something that's very eccentric. And the thing about eccentricities is, I'm a 4th generation eccentric. I can trace, like, my mum is a little bit on the batty side, my grandma was a bit on the batty side, my great-grandma was even more on the batty side. And the thing with eccentricness is that it's harmless self-expression. It's the idea that you do something that's not seen as normal by society in general, but does no harm to anyone else, so why should anyone else care? And that's just kind of part of who I am. Like, I'm the sort of person who will, you know, turn up to the party wearing knee socks even though I'm too old for it, and I am the person who will, you know, put a pencil in my hair to support it because I forgot a hair tie, or go around with a teaspoon in my hair because I forgot to bring a hair tie, or, you know, take out, you know, bring something really random to work because, you know, I decided that I needed to bring in, I don't know. I'm just one of those, like, I'm one of those people who go to nature speeches because in the end, it does no harm to anyone else, so why should anyone else care? And that's just me. Like, I'm not going to change who I am for the sake of society unless anyone else is coming to harm or I'm coming to harm, and it's something that makes no difference to anyone else. Anyone else. So I don't see what's wrong with it, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah. This was very personal, so, but yeah, that's my thoughts. I've kind of been avoiding the subject for a long time, so it's weird to get it out in one vlog, but there we go. It's particularly being part of the Naked Army. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope I've said something mildly interesting, entertaining, or other. I'm aware that probably a lot of you didn't expect the answer that I gave, so feel free to put any of your thoughts down in the comments, but please try and be polite at least, and considerate. The Naked Army in general is both of those things, but yeah, if you voice an opinion that's different to mine, which is absolutely encouraged, just do it considerately and politely, and all of those sort of things. Thank you for the question, Trisha, and I'll see you guys all very soon. Bye guys.